Let's see what the vegan teacher is up to. Being condescending would be my guess. I'd put money on it.
Hello, students. What would you do? What would you do? This is a problem. It's really interesting. This guy has a lever, look, and he's gonna pull it, and you guys get to decide what you would do. But before we watch this really interesting video, which is...
We get to watch the trolley problem. Oh no, is she gonna set up trolley problem questions regarding animals? I don't think she's gonna like my answers. Sky Comet Fallen says, if gays can ruin your marriage, you might have a deeper problem and need marriage counseling. Mike Mack says, Republicans, these damn gays will end the world. Me, isn't that what you pray for? Nick says, I think this is a good time to make some bacon and eggs. That does sound good. Von Tuck says, I'm straight 8 out of 10 times, so I can speak for all straights when I say, I'm fine with the gays owning America. The straights haven't done so hot. Pyromancer says, oh, I can't wait to hear how terrible her take is on the trolley problem. And Daddy Sume says, she is 100% a former kindergarten teacher. I guarantee it. She does seem like it, yes.
It's only 2.5 minutes long. Let's talk a little bit about speciesism and what that is. So speciesism, or speciesism as some people say, is kind of like the first form of racism. It's when...
Nope.
And you think that one type of animal is more important than another. For example, you're eating a burger which has a dead pig in it or a dead cow in it, while your pet...
Probably a dead cow. People don't normally eat burgers made of pig meat. I'm sure that exists, and it's probably good, but... Oh, bacon cheeseburger, but that would also have beef on it, I guess.
Petting your dog. It's weird, isn't it? Like, why is this animal more important than this animal?
Because human beings domesticated dogs for thousands of years, and we're at this point sort of a symbiotic species. And we have social conventions and ideas about which animals are domestic animals and which animals are sort of chattel animals in the sense that they are used for either being a beast of burden, like a horse or something like that, or being livestock. That's the answer to the question. Sky Comet Fallen says, how many face palms am I going to do today? Too many.
The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has stated clearly that anyone can be vegan. Newborns are born vegan. When they drink their mother's milk, that's still vegan because that belongs to them. But all stages of development. So newborn babies,
there are burgers
little
that
kids
are a
can be
mixture of
vegan.
bacon and beef. Ooh, that sounds good.
Children, a little bit older, teenagers can be vegan and still be very healthy. Pregnant mothers can be vegan. Yes. Lactating mothers can be vegan. Yes. Parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, teachers can be vegan. Doctors can be vegan. Nurses can be vegan. Everyone can be vegan. Everyone on your street can be vegan. Yeah. All that means is that they do their absolute best not to exploit animals, not to eat them, not to buy them, not to wear them, and that's it. So while we watch this really interesting thing, what I've done is I've written on my paper the title here, which is Las Vegan Productions. Memorize it. Not Las Vegas Productions, but Las Vegan Productions. And
it's a good name. Tyron says, why does she have a dog for a pet instead of a cow or a pig? Good question. Zozo Horror Show says, I bet the Lion King angers this lady deeply. Blackwing Hecate says, Western culture doesn't usually eat horses either. And Mike Mack says, so are carnivores and omnivore animals speciesist? Or speciesist? Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what she thinks about it. Hydrate. All right.
And the title of the video is called The Trolley Problem with a Twist. So don't just Google the...
Is she an anti-pet vegan? She has a pet, so I don't think so.
Trolley Problem, because it won't be the one about veganism. So far it has 70,000, a little bit more than 70,000 views, and I already saw it and I thought it was really fun. So I thought I would present it to you guys. You guys ready to watch it? All right, here we go. Oops. Okay.
Trolley problem is a classic thought experiment about complicated human ethics. The standard trolley problem supposes that there are 5 people tied to a train track and can't escape. A trolley is rapidly approaching that would kill them all. You are
Hats
standing...
off, meaning I have to put an accessory on. I'm gonna go with these rad glasses.
next to a lever that could divert the trolley down a second track and save all 5 people. But there's a catch. On the other track, there's one person tied up. So by saving 5 people, you'd be killing one person instead. What would you do?
Divert
Most
it.
people's first reaction is that they would pull the lever and save as many people as possible. The problem becomes more complicated when it's revealed that the person on the second track is not just a random person, but a close family member. People are suddenly less willing to save 5 strangers in order to kill one family member.
That's interesting too. This part is actually really interesting. Because is your family member really more important than the other 5 people? You might say, well, that's my mom or my dad. But you know, these people here, they also have moms
I
and dads.
pulled the lever in either
Or they
case.
are moms and dads. Or their brothers, their sisters.
I don't have a lot of people in my family I'm close to.
It's interesting. But it gets interesting because we're going to talk
Mike
about
Mack says, I like the answer for the trolley problems in the show. Good place where the person sacrifices themselves to save everyone else. Sure.
animals in a second.
That's not the point,
It's
though.
quite the
It's just
ethical
about
dilemma.
the question.
Well, I've got a new twist on the trolley problem.
Blackwing Hecty says, does she think that humans are rational actors? I don't know. What if it's Jake? See, that's where it gets to be a problem. I don't know. If it were Jake or any of my friends, or especially like Baja, I can't pull that. I'd be selfish in that case, and I'd save the people that I care about. Gimpy G says, me and my muscular dystrophy homies are told not to do vegan, something about metabolism and protein. I stopped listening after chocolate was okayed. Rublum says, would a lovely member of the community send me to Sovngarde? Her condescending nature irks me greatly. Baja says, Hannah, I'm your family. We're basically engaged. Yeah, that's like what I said. If you're included and it's not just like blood relation, then yeah, the other people are fucked. I'm gonna save you every time. Vast Lunacy says, you eat all 5 you et all 5 people die and rally for changes to the trolley system. It's the Watchmen solution. Pyromancer says, calling it now, 5 vegans, 1 meat eater. Oh goodness. I think it's gonna be animals. On one side it's gonna be humans and one's gonna be animals.
Imagine on the original track, instead of 5 people, there's a bunch of animals. Chickens, a turkey, a pig, a cow, etc. And the train is fast approaching to kill all of them. Would you pull the lever to save them? I know what you're thinking. Who's on the second track? Well, here's the catch. No one. Nothing. There's no person and...
Sure, I'll pull the track to save them for multiple reasons. First of all, just because I don't think non-human animal life... Just because, to me, non-human animal life is not as valuable as human life doesn't mean I think there's absolutely no value. Like, I don't want to cause pain or suffering to animals unnecessarily. I would help them if I had the opportunity. But also, they're not as valuable to me as a human being is, even a stranger. Not to mention, people could get hurt in the trolley if they make an impact with these animals. Stuff could go flying and hurt someone. Like, yeah, I'd pull it. But if there were a single person on the other track, no. Those animals are going, squish.
and no animal anywhere on the second track. All I'm asking is, would you pull the lever to save these helpless animals? There'll be no victims or consequences for pulling the lever. What would you do?
I find that very hard to believe. I feel like the county that owns the trolley system is going to charge me, or at least ticket me, for touching the switch system. I find it hard to believe that I'll get in no trouble, but okay. Blackwing Hecty says, if there's a cow on the other track, we have a problem.
Pull the lever, wouldn't you?
Save the animals.
Now, what if I told you that this wasn't just some hypothetical lever?
It really
That this
is.
is a real choice.
It's a real choice. Oh my goodness, guys. It's a real choice every single day, 3 meals a
That you
day.
can make every day and save real helpless animals. Pulling the lever is called eating a plant-based vegan diet.
Wait, when the trolley hits the chickens and pigs, is it going to make me a delicious breakfast sandwich? Because then I might let the trolley hit the animals. Pyromancer says, also, in that diagram, the animals aren't tied up and are walking around. Yeah.
If you do it for a year, you save around 200 animal lives. land and sea animals.
So that's animals on the land and animals in the ocean, like the fish.
I wonder how many animals I eat per year. Genuinely. I think it's probably fewer than that. I don't eat fish. Most of it's probably chicken, followed by beef. So I don't know.
Did you guys see Seaspiracy yet? The documentary?
I know she said 200. That's the average. I'm curious if I'm above or below the average.
Seaspiracy?
I would honestly guess maybe a little under, because I don't really eat steak or anything. If I eat anything with meat, the meat is just part of it. I don't know. Zozo Horror Show says, just because I had to see this, I'm ordering double meat on anything for the next week.
It's really important
That's not good for your cholesterol.
You're going to learn all about what we do to the oceans. It is just heartbreaking. I'm going to show you, if you haven't yet written down this list, this is just a few of the documentaries and videos that I recommend and websites. When you watch this with your family, which is what I want to suggest that you do, make sure that you have a list like this with you, and you guys can also learn further.
It depends on who your family is. Don't watch Earthlings with anyone under, like, 16 in the room. It's horrifying. If you have a little child especially, never show them Earthlings. It's awful.
Give them a paper and say, hey, if you guys want to learn a bit more, you can just have a look at these sites. So we have egg-truth.com. Remember, it's not just Egg Truth, it's egg-truth.com. Dominion Movement is a very, very moving, and so is Earthlings. They're very important documentaries to understand what we do to all of the animals everywhere. Cowspiracy talks about the dairy industry. Seaspiracy talks about what goes on in the oceans, how many whales are being killed and dolphins are being killed and all the different fish, and how important it is to save the oceans. The oceans aren't just over there with nothing going on. We're all related on this earth. Everything that happens in the oceans does affect what happens on the land, and you'll understand what goes on there. Forks Over Knives is another documentary, and The Game Changers talks about vegan athletes. You should see how strong they are.
Yeah, conspiracy, S-E-A, would be the better pun. You're right. Just branding, because I think they did Cowspiracy first, and they wanted to keep going off that brand name. And if you said conspiracy, I don't know, people might be less prone to understanding they're part of the same series. No idea. Bitter Grin says, what about all the rodents that are killed growing all these vegetables, though? Collateral. Nick says, oh god, I hope EDECFSFT whatever it is, isn't a racial slur. I don't even know what that is.
Yes, you can have big, strong muscles and be vegan and never eat any dead animals. Never. Not even eggs, not even cheese. You'll be amazed. What the Health talks also about health and how doctors know so little about health.
Oh, the first letter of each of her points. For those who don't know, she one time did a cross stick. That's what, you know, when you have like letters, words, and then when you like go up and down with the words in a line, it makes a word. It's called an acrostic. She did one once with the N word, and it was very bad. It looked very similar to this. Mike Max says, I wonder, does she let mosquitoes drink her blood or used repellent? Because if she used repellent, she's a speciesist. And Nick becomes a stream boss. Thank you.
And Okja, that's just a movie, kind of like a Disney movie for kids that talks about, well, it's a story of a pig, and you'll see it. You just go watch it. This one's not a documentary. On Facebook, you can go to a group called What Broke Vegans Eat.
Morok Ben Eoth says, I eat meat just to spite this person at this point. That and anemia. The second one's probably the more pertinent issue.
What Broke Vegans Eat.
You didn't miss the Blue's Clues section yet, no?
I did a video about that. You can find it. And it's really fun. It's a great group. They post all kinds of different pictures there of foods. And
No victims, no sacrifice. Just a choice and a little extra thought and planning. If you don't pull the lever and eat a standard diet, more helpless animals die. Think about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you'll pull the lever in real life, or give it a thumbs down if you'll let things take the standard course. The choice is yours, but the choice is real. Are you feeling an ethical dilemma?
No, I know when I eat animals, they die. Gimpy G with 100 bits says a single cow weighs about a pound of meat a day for a year. 200 seems high unless you eat turducken every week. I imagine a lot of that comes from people eating fish. Because if you're eating fish, you're probably eating a good, decent portion of the fish and chicken would be my guess in terms of what's bringing up that average. Rublum says, bits for Hannah and Baja, no reasons, only bits, thank you. Towing24 says, I expect that if it was the animals on the only trolley line and a migrant day worker exploited to grow her non-organic vegetables, the migrant is fucked. A little bit of racism on the DL from her would not shock me. This is solutions to the trolley problem that people do. 2-year-old solution to the trolley problem, and then the brothers.
Uh-oh, Nora. This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way? Or should we let the train go that way? Which way should the train go?
That way.
Show me.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna move this right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Brilliant solution. That's the... That video should be under the definition of Kobayashi Maru in, like, the Star Trek wiki. Okay, let's see the brothers' solution.
Uh-oh, Nicholas. This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way? Or should we
Solution, be Superman and stop the trolley. That's what you gotta do sometimes, you know?
let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
This way. Uh-oh.
Well, now those siblings have to grow up to be arch nemesis with superpowers. I think that's literally the only way this can go now.
Vegans don't feel it because we're already vegan and we feel good. We just
Like
feel
Max says, a
just
man of
the only
culture,
thing
I
that vegans
see.
feel is bad that we didn't become vegan earlier, and that we just, you know, even when we first started hearing about it, we started getting our first clicks. We didn't become vegan quick enough, so that's the only regret. But it takes it, you know, it's gotta run its course for you. You gotta understand it. It takes 100 clicks to become vegan. You have to understand it with your brain. You have to understand that you can be healthy at all stages of development. You have to understand that all the nutrients are there. And you have to understand that it's not more expensive. Lentils, chickpeas, oats, rice, pasta, beans, all of these things are staples in many countries where they don't have that much money. So you can totally do this. You can be vegan. You can be vegan from now on. You can be better and you can be vegan. Is it true that vegans are better? Well, not at everything.
She's so humble. Von Tuck says, little girl is Prime Universe Kirk taking the Kobayashi Maru. Brother is Evil Mirror Universe Kirk Kobayashi Maru. How can I kill both the crew of the Kobayashi Maru and the Klingons? Towing24 says, Lady Batman v Joker, who are siblings. I'm here for it, if only to watch Jeremy and DVD stroke out to death.
But in this issue, yes. Because
They kind of did that with Owlman in the Court of Owls storyline. Spoilers.
vegans don't contribute to so much suffering in the world.
I don't think he went by Owlman. I forgot what he called himself, but that was the Court of Owls. Fast Lunacy says, and that brother and sister go on to act out Invincible scenes IRL. Do I mean Talon? Yes, Talon. Thank you.
They try really hard to do.
Let's be real. He's Owlman, okay? He's Owlman, gosh darn it. Don't lie to me. Look at him. If that's not Owlman, then I don't know what Owlman is. He's Owlman. Mike Mack says, Batman Who Laughs versus Owlman. That man is clearly an owl. That's what I'm saying. I swear, they probably originally called him Owlman, and they're like, that's too stupid. We cannot call him Owlman. Fine, Talon.
Do their best. And that's what veganism is all about. It's just doing your best not to eat, wear, or exploit animals in any way. Vegans don't buy fur, so they don't pay money for somebody to kill a coyote and then put a decoration around the hood of their coat or feathers inside. Make sure you look at the labels. Buy vegan products. Thanks a lot for watching. Coming up on the screen, you're going to see a bunch of different videos. If you haven't yet seen them, check them out, click on them, be curious. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you press the subscribe button. Hey, he's got one right there. Subscribe to him as well. That's a cool channel. Lots of vegan productions. Yeah, so write down these, like I said, and make them, maybe do it on your computer.
She has good handwriting. Blackwing Hecate says, Owlman exists. He's the evil version of Batman. That makes sense. Owlman. Thomas Wayne Jr. Interesting.
Computer in tiny little squares, and then you can give one of these lists to everyone in your family or any friends so that when they leave, you know, they're probably like, oh, I don't want to be vegan. Oh, it's stupid. Like everybody says that at the beginning, but then after, if they'll have this list, they might go. They might go and check it out. And at least you've started the conversation by, you know, bringing this topic to the table. Whether you're a kid showing it to your parents, whether you're a parent showing it to...
I wish he'd stop knocking into the mic. Mike Back says, remember when Martha Wayne was in a cult and was going to sacrifice a time-traveling Bruce Wayne? I don't remember that. I don't really read DC as much as I do Marvel. Slender Sickness says, my nephews often debate who'd won if vegan teacher and Jillian Epperly got into a fight. Probably vegan teacher. Jillian's got salt poisoning, if I had to guess. Blackwing Hecate says he's part of the crime syndicate of America with Ultraman, Superwoman, Power Ring, and Johnny. I hate that Earth 3 Green Lantern is called Power Ring. It's lazy. Towing24 says, what ultra-rich white people shit is this lady on to think normal people can afford real fur and that the cost savings from fake fur isn't exploited by capitalists for all but the richest people? Pyromancer says it's 2021, just make a QR code for those websites, and Nick says, I'd rather 1,000 vegan teachers than Jillian Epperly.
To your kids. Maybe you're a grandparent, you want to show it to your own kid who's like 40 or whatever. Maybe you're a brother who wants to show this to their sister. Everyone can be vegan. Everyone, doctors,
Frank Miller's
nurses,
Crazy Homeless Man Batman versus
any
Owl.
job. Think about it in the world. You know, cashiers, servers, anybody. Engineers can be vegan. Dentists. Everybody can be vegan. Look outside your street. When you think you're walking down the street and you see people, all these people can be vegan because it means simply doing the least harm. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now. Oh, hug time! Sorry, forgot the hug. Ready? We're gonna have to give a hug. Put your hands out, give yourself a big hug. I almost forgot. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a big squeeze. I mean a tough squeeze. I mean really, like make yourself feel the love. And you people who are new, you're probably like, what the heck is she doing? Well, the reason that you should hug yourself is because you are your own best friend. That's right. You're always there. People come and they go in your life. People hurt your feelings. Sometimes you have fights with friends. Sometimes you might think your parents are mean. Sometimes you might think your kid is mean. But you are always there. So when you go past the mirror, give yourself a little smile. A little wink. Say, hey there. Hi, cutie. Be nice to yourself. Treat yourself as if you are that little 5-year-old that's inside of you. Remember when you were 5 years old and starting kindergarten with your backpack on? It was like almost as big as your whole body. You're like going into kindergarten and you were so innocent. just sweet. But you're still that way inside. It's not your fault that people started giving you animals to eat. You didn't know. You gotta forgive the past. But now you know. And now you can make a choice. Going forward, you can be vegan from now on. I have this cup here. It says, cow's milk is for baby cows. And you are not a baby cow. So you should be drinking soy milk. That's what I do. All right, thanks again for what? Oh, did I show you what I wrote? I was writing here. I already filled this out before because I already knew that I liked it. And here's what I wrote. The vegan content is good. It makes us think. They're discussing animals, and it's interesting. Lost Vegan Productions.
Don't put stuff over
Memorize it and watch it again with friends.
I can't read.
Bye for now. Do 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 do.
Okay, so I guess that's what she's up to. Oh no, she uploaded a new video 49 minutes ago with the same doll she used in the video where she used the N-word. Sky Comet Fallen says I need an adult. Matthias CM, thanks for subscribing with Prime. Bardlock Moses, thanks for 50 bits, says I'm an awful friend, especially to me. Bardlock says don't touch 5-year-old you. H. Baird says, what if I'm my own frenemy? Sweetie Bunny Mommy says, I'm not high enough for this. And Toeen says, your kids are mean. Is this a Terrence Pop situation, but swapping alcoholism for being a shitty racist vegan?
Hello, students. We're so glad you're here. We're at this birthday party having such a great time, and suddenly we're faced with an ethical dilemma. We don't know what to do, so we want your help. This is Regan. This is Nora. Regan is vegan, and so is Nora.
Your vegan friend's name is Regan? Yeah. Sounds a lot like vegan, huh? Maybe that's why she decided to become a vegan. Morok says, I despise this woman. Why must we watch more? For fun! Thrashmio says, how come she's not promoting fry protein? She's behind. I don't even know what that is.
Nora. Regan has been feeding her dog, Nora, this dog food for many years now. Regan has been vegan since August 2017. She's perfectly happy and healthy, and there's no problems with their relationship between the two of them.
I do wonder how she feels about the ownership of cats, because cats are obligate carnivores. They have to eat meat. So if you don't feed your cat meat, they'll die. So I'm curious how she feels about people keeping cats as pets. Blackwing Hecty says, Nora is Bora, and Mike Mack says, pretty sure that girl doll is from a kid's show. I'm surprised it's still up. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not familiar with modern day kid shows. I'm never around kids, so.
But today, unfortunately, in the comment section, Regan got a terrible message. Regan's message that she got from somebody said, again, and this is about the 100th time it's happened, that she has to feed her dog, Nora, other animals. Oh no. Now what's she gonna do? We're at this birthday party, all these animals, friends are having a great time, but now one of them has to die because people think that she needs to kill an animal to feed.
Damn, just buy him a steak or something. You don't have to kill one of your friends.
To Nora. She has a knife. She was gonna cut up the bananas, the apple, and the pear to feed everybody, but now you guys say that an animal needs to die. So which animal?
This lamb up in the right top corner looks like they'd probably taste pretty good. There's a little baby pig right here, but I don't think that's big enough to feed everyone. I don't know, you could draw straws.
Let's ask the animals, who wants to sacrifice their life for this birthday party? After
Is this the what the fuck clip?
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this? Baja's been working on an emote for that, by the way, so be prepared for that. Mike Mack says, remember this?
Lucy decided because of the hot weather, Storm wasn't eating the same amount of...
Bardlock Moses says, this is an awesome horror movie now. Honestly, I'm down for it to get scary. Sweetie Bunny Mommy says, Jesus, that got dark fast. And Vontuck says, Dolls Knives, kill a friend at a party. How was this lady a teacher? Blackwing Hecty says, lamb chop is tasty. And then Hydrate.
meat as usual, and Lucy, you thought, you know what?
Is this the one where she's like, I'm going to offer vegan food and meat to my dog and see which one they take, and clearly they'll take the vegan one, and the dog immediately goes for the meat? Did she just say F in a child's video? The vegan teacher videos aren't for children. She acts like she's talking to children, but it's for adults.
I'm going to try Storm on vegetables.
Not necessarily just vegetables, but she's a carb fiend, essentially. She's always been of that inclination anyway. How it came about is my neighbour, Ben, he started it and introduced it, and as did I. And she seemed to perk up, be a lot happier.
Does she like it straight
generally.
away? Like, you put that food down, she doesn't turn her nose up?
She likes more of the wet food type thing.
Yeah.
It's more palatable as she's drinking loads of water. But no, really took to it.
2 bowls here, right?
Fresno12, thanks for subscribing for 7 months, says happy sub anniversary. Better be looking through the baby name book. And Nick says, hi, beautiful doggo. You are a beautiful doggo. Yeah, I don't think it's cool to put your pet on a vegan diet just because, like, they can't choose to do that. Like, they have no moral conception of where meat comes from, and if they do, they certainly don't give a shit. So, it's not a decision they can make. I don't think it's fair to, you know... And I know someone like the vegan teacher would say, like, well, they don't have a choice to eat, you know, whatever they want anyway. You're always giving them food. Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that dogs, being omnivorous, their natural proclivity is going to be to want to eat meat sometimes, if not most of the time. Like, I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to point out. I think you should give your dog, you know, a reasonable diet. And in this case, I don't think veganism is reasonable. For the most part. Again, it's possible there are foods and stuff out there that would make it okay, but I don't think the dog's going to be very happy.
One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat.
Oh, amen.
Storm.
Right.
Storm.
Damn, I'm out of meat. Guess the only rational decision is to sacrifice a pet. That's how normal meat-eating people think, right? Obviously.
Draw. The birthday girl, Nora, has to be happy and healthy. But Nora, do you want any animals to die today? No.
My dog in the past has literally killed animals and eaten them. This straw man idea of this dog that has, like, moral... That's like, oh no, I wouldn't kill another animal for meat. Growing up, our dog, because we lived out in a rural area... with, like, an invisible fence, which is just like an electric fence, basically, so there's not an actual barrier, but it keeps the dog in the yard. We were right next to the woods, so there were rabbits and stuff that lived around. My dog would sometimes catch the rabbits and eat them. Like, I understand you have certain moral proclivities against eating animals. That's fine. I can respect that. Understand that your dog does not give a shit. They don't see the lives of other animals as sacred or precious. If they see something they want to eat, they will eat it. They will hunt and kill it viciously because they think the blood tastes good. Your animal is not like, oh, I would love a steak, but I can't kill... No, they do not care. They do not care. Von Tuck says, my mom has a cat that will turn down fish in favor of her kibble, but I don't think that's the norm. Should I pretend it's vegan kibble and make the big vegan YouTube dollars? Someone would probably call you out, but, you know.
I didn't think so. And you, Regan, do you want to kill any of these animals back
And, like, if you want to have a pet and you're vegan, there are certainly options for you. Get an animal that's an herbivore. Someone said that in chat. And I agree, like, there are animals out there that you could get that might be a little higher maintenance, but you won't have to buy the meat. If that's what you're comfortable with, great, do that. Blackwing Hecty says, dogs are wolves. These people are idiots. And Mike Mack says, will she kill fleas if her dog has some? That's a good question. What about, like, tapeworms? Stuff like that. Or heartworms.
Here today? No, I didn't think so. You guys are perfectly happy being vegan. But I was looking at this quote to try to figure out what to do. It says here, leave the world in better shape than when you found it. Leave the world in better shape than when you found it. So if everybody in the comment section thinks that we need to kill another animal for Nora, maybe that's the right thing to do. I don't know. Let's ask them. Let's see who wants to die today. Hello, little lamb. Do you want to die today?
Bah, yes, end my suffering. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, I just feed my cat fish because fish are dumb. Sure.
Because people in the comment section say that the birthday girl, Nora, needs to eat dead animals. Do you think she needs to eat dead animals? Do you want to sacrifice your life? No. How about you, Duck? Do you want to die today? Are you willing to give up your baby? Who should die here today? Everybody thinks that the dog needs to eat a dead animal. So
Elmo's technically not an animal. He's just a puppet monster, so he might not even count. Daddy Sume says, does she brush her teeth? Does she use mouthwash? Does she drive a car? All of these actions kill living things. She's going to be killing things regardless. I would imagine she'd say in cases where it's unavoidable that mitigation is the name of the game. Mike Mack says, doesn't she now know vegetarian animals tend to overpopulate? That's why we have hunting season? I don't know. Pyromancer says, the hand inside Elmo is made of meat. True. Baja says, chat, there are normal vegans. Hannah and I have 2 cats. I feed them meat all the time. I just choose, or just choose not to. I assume you mean you just choose not to eat meat? Yeah. We feed our cats normal. Blackwing Hecty says, if it's one of those R-word ducks, pick that one. Yeah, with the corkscrew penises.
What are we gonna do? Hey bears, what about you guys? Are you willing to sacrifice your life? Do you want to die today? How about you, raccoon?
She literally has a tiger there. A vegan tiger is a dead tiger. I know.
What about you, penguin? Penguin, if you don't want to die, who do you think we should kill?
Penguins, I'm pretty sure, have to eat fish because they live in a desert.
Which of these animals deserves to die? Everybody can eat one of these other animals. Maybe this lamb. Maybe this owl or this bear. Do you guys want to die today? No. How about you guys? What about this cat? Hi, sweetie.
Pyromancer says, I'm also concerned about why she has so many stuffed animals. I imagine it's just something she's into. Morok says, off topic, my werewolf Pathfinder character has gone from lawful evil to lawful neutral after accidentally murdering a child and going through an existential crisis. Oh, Jesus. Heavy themes in that game, apparently. Stromboli for Wi-Fi says, will you do a GoFundMe for you and Baja moving in together? Moving isn't cheap. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm making enough from just this normal, stream stuff that I'm not going to make, like, a separate thing for that. I appreciate the thought, though. Thank you. Nick says, eat Mr. Owl, he yoinked my Tootsie Pop. And Felix Night Owl says, I wish there was an owl there so that when she asked who wants to die today, the owl could say, who? Blackwing Hecty says, which of these animals deserves to die? All of them, for we are filthy sinners who have fallen from grace of God.
Do you mind if we kill you and feed you to everybody? Because people say that the dog, Nora, needs to eat another dead animal. What about you guys? Zebra, you? No? No, you look pretty happy there. I don't think you want to die. How about you? Are you willing to die or give your baby up?
I'm just imagining this from the perspective of the stuffed animals in this hypothetical. Like, someone was like, hey, maybe we should get some meat for the party, and then all of a sudden vegan teacher's like, what? Do you want to die? Do you want to die? To everyone at the party, and they're like, damn, we just wanted to, like, order some food. Can you chill out? Jesus. Some of us are obligate carnivores. God, we were gonna order Outback Steakhouse. Nick says, I'm just waiting for her to turn the camera and ask that question to the audience. It's like that scene from The Dark Knight with the Joker. Look at me. Alexa, play Smash Mouth says, this adult woman has too many stuffed animals. Single much? I don't think that's fair. A lot of people own stuffed animals. I don't think that's okay. She's weird, but it's not because of the stuffed animals. Towing24 says, you could do a merch release like you did for TBR. I'd buy a trippin' or traveling shirt. Maybe. I don't know if I have anything that people would be that into. Princess Amelia, thank you for donating $50. Says, why bother with a GoFundMe when we can just do this? Thank you. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, anytime you guys do bits or subs or donations, that obviously is my income, and it does go to that, so I appreciate it.
What's that? You think that the dog should just eat the vegan dog food? I think so too. What about you? Do you think that the dog should eat just vegan dog food? Yeah. Or we could kill this bull. You know, people do turn cows into burgers.
Isn't that like a moose? Is she confusing a moose with a bull? What? Morok Ben Eot says, I own dozens of plushies, and I'm very single, but talking to several people, so yeah. And Blackwing Hecate says, I maintain a plush menagerie, right? I don't care if you have stuffed animals. Do a bathtub live stream and sell your bathwater? I don't think anyone wants that. Sky Comet Fallen says, she has serious serial killer energy, and Yo80 says, well, just ask both my cats if they wanted to be eaten by the other. Test inconclusive. Maybe it's a bull moose.
No, you don't like that idea? No, I don't blame you. You want to live, and so do you. Everybody wants to live. Here's a nice moose. You don't want to die? I understand. And we have a choice. You see, we can feed everybody the vegan dog food, so why choose to murder anybody if we don't have to, right? There's a camel, a turtle, a pig. Isn't it crazy in society that people kill pigs? I mean, how are you any different than these other animals?
I have sentience and sapience, and I have the power to prevent that from happening to me as a member of a society.
I know, sweetie. You don't want to die.
You okay, kitty? Hey, come here. Cassia. Hey. One sec. Ugh. I have to deal with my animals. Mike Max says, most of these animals will die if they went full vegan. That's a sacrifice she's willing to make.
I understand. Yeah. How about you, Ernie and Bert? Are you guys willing to kill any of these animal friends?
Oh yeah, Bert and Ernie definitely are. Pyromancer says, wonder how she thinks Australia should deal with its mouse problem. I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a mouse problem.
Or do you want to just play with them instead? Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, guys, I think the conclusion is that every single person and animal in this room will be perfectly happy if Regan uses her knife to slice the fruit instead of somebody else's throat. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. My goal here is to teach you that the entire world can be vegan. And what that means is that we simply do our best all the time to not harm animals if we don't have to. Why pay for murder if you don't have to? Be kind, be vegan, start now. Don't eat any chicken, pig, lamb, or cow. Leave the world in better shape than when you found it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe and press the notification bell. Coming up on the screen, you're going to see other different videos. On this channel, That Vegan Teacher, we're going to be looking at all kinds of ethical questions. We're going to be looking at different kinds of vegan dog foods. We're going to be looking at how you yourself can be healthy and vegan. We are also a channel that supports all people of all skin color. We support the LGBTQ community.
Hey, remember that time he got banned from TikTok for using the N-word? That was fun.
We support everyone, all of the oppressed. We want a peaceful world. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Jeez.